Alright guys, here we are with the final reveal and the end of the road for the USS Grissom from the Polar Lights Star Trek USS Grissom Klingon Bird of Prey model set. Here we have the ship is done. It's got a little bit of light weathering to it. Wanted it to look used. Not totally beat up, but just used. Like it's got some star miles on it. And I think I got that right where I want it. Let's start with the details I've added to this kit. If you've been following along, you know that I've added a hangar bay, a shuttle bay there, with an actual shuttle sitting inside. See if I can give you guys a close-up look at that. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. There we go. There's an actual shuttle sitting in the bay, fully detailed. Not that you'll ever be able to see it in there, but it is detailed. I had to cut out the hangar bay doors, similar to the ones that are here, and then enlarge the opening just a little bit in order to fit the shuttle in there. But I think it works for this kit. I like the way it looks. Didn't touch the other two shuttle doors, as this kit was small enough and really didn't want to get into modifying it any more than that up here. Now we'll take a look at the back, and here I added a little bit of photo etch detail to give some ridges to the decal that they give you to apply back here. Honestly, I didn't notice that the decal was there. I thought it was a detail that was left off of the ship, and but it kind of worked out better overall, because once I found the decal, I applied it over the photo etch piece, and now I have the ribbing that I was looking for with the details from the decal applied over it. So I'm kind of happy with the way that turned out. Here you can see all of the decal work that was done to this ship. Took me 3 evenings of solid decal work to get this applied. I am probably about 90% happy about the way it came out, mostly due to errors that I made, and also the way that some of the decals have to fold around parts of the ship, such as the engines. As you can see, this is one solid decal that has to fold down over the sides of the ship while also going from front to rear of the engine. And then the red markings get laid over it, and then the Federation pennant gets laid over that. So you have multiple layers of decals on here. So it was quite a bit of effort to get all these decals to sit right. Now I know I put the pendants on a little bit too high. I didn't realize that until after I was done. But luckily I did it exactly the same way on both sides. And I did do a little bit of damage to that one there. I guess I was decal dizzy at that point and didn't notice that one didn't lay totally straight. I'm okay with it, as it's going to have to stay that way because it's already been clear coated over, and I'm pretty much okay with leaving it that way. Now each one of these windows is a separate decal. Not each one, but each row of windows is a separate decal, which has to be applied one at a time around the entire circumference of the saucer section. That's a lot of decaling and spacing out and making sure that everything looks as if it's lined up. I got that pretty much the way I wanted to. The decals that go around the saucer section for the call out numbers and the name of the ship, with the red stripes, actually laid pretty easily. All the different gray colorings back here are all decal work. The only thing painted on here is the metallic gray for the impulse deck. I'm assuming that's what that is. And those blue portions. It also came with decals for the complete underside of the ship. And the impulse engines. The decals for the entire rear section here of the body with all the red pennants going across. The red pennants going here with the Starfleet symbol there. And my own my own added detailing is the Aztec paneling, which I added to the bottom of the ship here. This was airbrushed using a combination of Tamiya titanium silver, titanium gold, metallic gray, and all clad burnt iron, and all clad burnt metal, I think it was called. Here I applied it to give the Aztec just to create my own Aztec paneling. First time I tried it, I'm very happy with the way it came out. I will be doing this from time to time. Here we have the same thing on the rear. There were supposed to be 2 white decals that went over the hump in the rear here, on this side and on this side, which those I left off because I really didn't want to cover the Aztec paneling work that I did, as I was really happy with the way that came out, except for a couple of scratches I put in it, which I'll have to touch up. That was all done with airbrush on the exposed metallic portions of the ship, which are not painted white. So there we have it. This is the USS Grissom with a few added details and a ton of decals everywhere. One thing I gotta warn you about is that the decals here on the pylons, these blue and black decals, will fight you going on. They went on perfectly smooth here over the front of the ship. Actually, no. This decal here over the front of the ship, in order to get it to sit correct, you're going to have to trim all of the excess material on the decal. The clear portion of the decal, you're going to have to trim that off in order to get it to sit correctly on that small little ridge there they give you. And here on the front of the pylons also was a little bit of a bear to get them to sit there and fold over on the sides. You're going to need a lot of decal solution to get through the work on this ship. Now, I did leave the ship in a semi-gloss clear top coat, as I kind of liked the way it looked, and I really couldn't decide whether I wanted it to be a flat coat or the semi-gloss clear to have a little bit of shine to it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it would look better with a flat coat on it, or do you think it looks good with the semi-gloss clear? The weathering effects were done with Tamiya weathering powders. Gives it a little bit of a used look, but still maintains the Starfleet appearance. So there we go. That is it for the USS Grissom. And I'm very happy with it. Alright guys, we'll have a wrap up with both ships together in the next video, and my views of this kit. I will see you then. And remember, like, subscribe, thumbs up, yada, yada, yada. Alright guys, catch you on the next one.